How to intensify positive states and weaken the negative ones. Think of a very pleasant memory. It doesn't matter if it's a recent or a distant one. Just close your eyes, relax, and think about it. Now take that image and imagine that you have a remote control that can change different qualities of this memory. Try changing its brightness, making it shinier, brighter. As you increase the brightness, what do you notice happening to your state? Surely that pleasant feeling grows stronger. Now slowly, zooming into the mental image, bringing it closer. And then stop and enlarge the scene. What happens when you manipulate the image? You may notice that the intensity of the experience changes, doesn't it? For most people, recreating a pleasant memory and making it bigger, brighter, or bringing it closer makes the image even more powerful and pleasurable. This increases the strength and pleasure of the internal mental representation and automatically puts you into a more vigorous and joyful state. All people have access to all three modalities of the representational systems, the visual, the auditory, and the kinesthetic ones. But they use them differently and to different extents. Some people access their brain through a visual frame of reference and react to the images they see in their heads. Others are more auditory oriented and others are kinesthetic. So after having played with the visual frame of reference, we will now go and try to do the same with the other representational systems. Go back to that pleasant memory and increase the volume of the voices or sounds you hear. Give them a quicker rhythm. Change their tone. Make them louder and more decisive. Make the memory warmer, softer, and more caressing than before. What happened to your sensations after this experience? Shake your arms or body a little and think about what you had for breakfast in the morning. This is called a separation state. Now let's do the same with an image of something that might be a trigger of a negative state. Take that image and make it brighter, make it bigger. What happens to your brain? Many people find that their negative state would intensify. So reverse the image to the initial condition. And now what happens when you make it smaller, darker, and more distant? You will find that the negative sensations lose their strength. So go ahead, make the negative image smaller. Notice what happens when the image shrinks. Now blur it. Make it blurrier, dimmer, and harder to see. Once you have achieved this, slide it away. Take it so far away that you can barely see it anymore. Notice what you see, hear, and feel with the image. Do the same with the auditory modality. Lower the volume of the voices you hear. Make them sound lethargic and faint. Take away their rhythm. Do the same with your kinesthetic perceptions. Make the image become loose and insubstantial, almost alien to you. What has happened to the negative image during all this process, which has been directed by you? If you are like most people, the image loses its power, becomes less powerful, less painful, and might even cease to exist. That means that we can take something that has caused us great pain in the past and take away its power until it dissolves and disappears completely by using the power of our mental representation systems. Imagine that you're entering your interpretation booth or the place where you will be working. Identify any triggers or possible feelings of nervousness. And once you have that scene in your mind, lower its brightness. Lower the volume. Change the temperature, just as you did earlier. How does your feeling change? And to provide a nurturing state for that future event, bring the positive image into your booth or venue and allow those two images to blend. Yeah, turn up their brightness, volume, and temperature. Notice how that sense of power, confidence, and calmness texturizes your state for interpreting. That's it. Very good. Thank you very much for your attention.